You know what? Fuck Ted 2. If Seth MacFarlane can't be bothered to take his funny and original premise to a new medium, then I sure as hell can't be fucked to review it, which is a shame because Ted was the first film I ever reviewed, but it looks like only one of us has evolved. Message aside, it's essentially a near enough clone of the first film with a few small details switched around. It has a few laughs here and there, but it's nowhere near as funny as the first one, and I doubt I could stretch my opinion on it any further than that, so fuck it. The Gallows is a found footage horror film that stars no one I've ever heard of and a rope. It's 1993 and Beatrice High School are putting on a performance of The Gallows. Charlie Grimmel's character is meant to be hanged, but shit goes wrong with the props and he dies in front of everyone. 20 years later, the school is going for round 2 with Jock Reese playing Charlie's old part, his friend Ryan working with stage management, Pfeiffer playing the female lead, and Ryan's girlfriend Cassidy is hanging around just to make sure there are some tits on screen. So staying true to the horror movie cast assemble, we have a dickhead, a twat, a geek and a slut. Shamefully, this movie is one black guy short of ticking all the cliche boxes, but never mind. Anyway, Reese doesn't want to do the play, so he, Ryan and Cassidy decide to sneak into the school the evening before opening night and destroy the set to hopefully delay or even cancel the play entirely. Pfeiffer shows up because reasons, and of course so does the spirit of Charlie in his beautifully simplistic outfit, who won't stop until everyone is hanging more than I was the day after I had to watch this piece of shit movie. Oh yeah, spoiler alert, the movie is a piece of shit. The acting is just atrocious, there is no other word for it. I mean, it's seriously bad. Hayden Christian in Attack of the Clones bad. Brooke Hogan in Two-Headed Shark Attack bad. Anything that Hugh Grant has ever been in bad. The audio is fucked as well, with the rope swing sound effect not lining up with the visual like it's got somewhere more important to be, and for a found footage film the atmosphere is far from it. I refuse to believe that people with cameras facing certain death manage to maintain the focus to catch everything on film. Even when the deaths happen, they're all miraculously captured at full by the camera. They don't even bother with the old off-screen death with the sound of a struggle happening in the background, silence, then a severed head is dropped in front of the camera, or in this case maybe a hanging body cliche. The death scenes themselves are boring. If I were him and I had supernatural abilities with rope, I'd murder people a lot more creatively than just hanging them. I'm just saying I'd have a lot more fun with it. Also, what happened to Charlie was an accident. He wasn't murdered, it was a prop malfunction, so why has he come back all stalky, hangy? This could have been his second chance. He could have spent his afterlife knitting scarves, surfing, or running a low-budget euthanasia clinic. Anything other than this done-to-death bullshit. The trailer fucking lied to us too, filming the audience watching the film, showing them jumping around, screaming, and looking more terrified than your dad did when your abortion failed. If they filmed that during my showing, it would look very different. This guy was on his phone throughout what he could manage without fucking off. Those two talked out loud about how shit the movie is, then fucked off halfway through. And these fine gentlemen spent the entire 81 minutes of the film's duration talking about cocaine and going around to one of their friends' house and doing him in with a Ras Clark weapon, whatever the fuck that is, so that lie can fuck off. Are we not done with the whole supernatural horror and found footage genre? You know, the whole 20 years ago written at the bottom of the screen, child in house, random and unintentional death happens, cut to present day and the spirit is in the house scaring the new occupiers by messing with the lights, slamming doors and throwing furniture around like an estate agent that doesn't give a fuck. Family get creepy guy to help with the exorcism that they all think worked but never fucking does, and at the end the spirit gets one last hurrah on screen before jumping on top of the pile that is the withering quality of its genre kind of thing. That is basically the foundation that these shit trees grow out of. So yeah, we have seen this shit before. It's way too predictable to be scary and way too unintentionally hilarious to be considered a positive contribution to the horror genre or films in general, and I found not being scared about as challenging as fucking a crippled baby tied to a radiator.